Hello and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is April the 24th, 2022, and we're getting ready to put the plastic on here. You can see we have the door is in and the framework's done for the door. We have our vents. Our new vents have automatic fans on them, and they're automatically going to regulate the heat in the greenhouse. So they're going to open themselves up and to a thermostat, and they're going to turn themselves on. So that's going to help us out a lot. And we did put 2 doors in, so all the framework's done on that. And we got the doors, they had a little bit of damage to them, so I got them at a discounted price. And they're big, heavy steel, industrial-like doors. So we found the easiest way to do our plastic is by using the channel lock and then putting the wiggle wire through it. So the channel lock's all been measured out here, and it's been fastened down with special screws to go into the composite decking that we used for our band board. Now the composite decking, if you didn't see my other video, is all recycled. When we had bought our deck boards, they had a bunch of these posts and they threw them in for free for us. So we're just kind of recycling them. And I do have the video on my channel for the raised beds and how those were done and how the heat was done for the radiant heat. So you can see all of the channel lock here is all done around for the outside, and it's all been like pieced together, and then we'll use the wiggle wire to put in for when we put the plastic up to hold it into place. The wiggle wire makes it pretty easy. Now the wiggle wire is hard to work with. It's really takes a lot of force to get it in between the channels, and we are going to be doing double layers of plastic. You can see we had our black pipe over there, and we painted it white so that it wouldn't damage our plastic, and that's all nice and dried. That goes in between our films of our greenhouses, and that gives us an air barrier, so that keeps it warmer in the wintertime. Using this is our greenhouse film here, and you'll see where it'll say on it like this side down or like this side in, so you want to make sure that you put that side facing in on your greenhouse.
This is infrared, so it's drip proof.
Okay, this is an infrared plastic here, and this here is drip proof, so that's something different. Sometimes in the old greenhouse we'll get what they call drip in there, where the water condensation will build up and then it will drip down onto the plants. So this is supposed to prevent that from happening. So you can see we're getting ready to cut the plastic here. Now you want to try and do this on a calm day. Unfortunately the wind's picking up on us, so I'm going to stop with the video here so I can help hold the plastic and make sure that it stays where it's supposed to. Now we do cut a little bit extra to make sure that we have enough. So I'm gonna go here, and when we have the plastic on one layer, I will come back and I'll talk to you more. I want to help hold the plastic so we don't have the wind taking off with it. Okay, so you can see here the first layer is on. It's the next day, and this was gotten on last night. And we put our pipes across. Now some people will use a fan and let it blow air in between their 2 layers of plastic for their air barrier. But where we're at, the Amish use pipes. So we got a black drain pipe and we painted it white, and we put these over. Now we did fasten the pipes down so that they can't like shrink and turn on us like they did on the first greenhouse. So you can see here we put our wiggle wire into the channel lock. And this is what your wiggle wire looks like here. Now this stuff's really hard to work with. It takes a lot of pressure on the wire itself to get it in the channel lock. So each channel lock can hold 2 pieces of wiggle wire with 2 pieces of plastic. So we will be putting the second layer on. And you can see this is one of the ends here. When you put your plastic on, you want to make sure that your plastic isn't too hot. Because what can happen is it can stretch on you, and then you can have a problem. So you want to make sure that your plastic is like cool when you put it on. Well, we're getting ready to put the second layer on, and we're getting it all measured out here. Now we have to measure for the length of the greenhouse, the width of it, and we also have to do for the side panels, because we're doing double layers on our side panels too. Now you can see this one here says this side down. So when we put this on the greenhouse, we made sure that that side was the side that was facing down and on the inside of the greenhouse. So that's important, because if you have something like an anti-drip, which is what this is supposed to have, or an infrared or something like that, you want to make sure that you have the side that you need facing in the right direction for your greenhouse. So the wiggle wire is going in. This is one of the sides of the greenhouse. And there is a side of wiggle wire that goes in a little easier than the other. This is the second layer here, so the first layer is already down. But you can see how hard you have to press on this wire to try and get it in.
Yeah, put holes in your
Yeah, it isn't always the easiest on your hands. So the plastic needs to be held down, and you want it tight, but you don't want it like really tight. You don't want to stretch it like a banjo tight, especially like if the sun's out. You want to have it a little bit loose. So you can see a little bit better the wiggle wire and the channel lock there. Now, we tried on the first greenhouse to use wood to try and fasten the plastic down. And it took a while. It was like a mess. This is faster and this is easier. But it is hard on your fingers, so I do recommend having some band-aids around.
It's hard to do anything with gloves on with this stuff.
And you can see here how we have it stretched down. So the plastic was pulled out of the box. What you don't want is you don't want your plastic to get really hot, because it can overstretch, especially if you pull on it way too hard, and then you're really going to have an issue. So the sun's coming out, it goes in, and it feels cool. It's not like really hot, so that's nice and good. So again, we put this side down, the side that's supposed to be down, we put that facing the inside, and we have the what's supposed to be facing out on the outside. But I do recommend having a few people to help hold the plastic. Any kind of wind at all, and you're going to have like a big kite on your hands. So when we first put it in, my dad put a temporary piece to hold a spot of the plastic in, and then when it was, all fastened down, it goes the whole way around now. So you can see this is a corner piece here.
Like that. There you go.
And it's following, the wiggle wires following over.
Michael, listen.
marks on it. Like, what's on that? I don't want no wood in there.
I don't get that in too tight now.
Yeah, that's good enough right now.
We have about a 6-inch air barrier with these pipes in there, and we don't use a fan in ours. We just use the pipes, and that keeps our two plastics apart, and that gives us an air barrier. So this side over here is fastened, so now they're going over to do the other side, and then they have the ends to do. So what we did different on the second layer is, instead of cutting the plastic, we made it one big piece, and we're going to come around and we're going to fasten it all the way around. So there's actually, to get our air barrier on the sides, wait a minute here, there's 2 pieces of channel lock in there. Hold on here, the wind's blowing the plastic. So the outside layer is going to connect to the second track on the outside, and then it's going to give us a little air barrier on the sides over there. So the second layer is put on the greenhouse, and this here is the other side. See, we have our vent there, which has a fan in it. And the next step is going to be getting our heat source in, getting the electric in. You can see here what it looks like. The excess plastic was cut off the sides. Now we had plastic left over, so we're going to be saving all of that. We're going to put it in the basement. So you can see the other fan vent over there, and those run off of electric, which we have to get the electric put in. So this one here is done with the second layer. I will have videos on my channel for how we did the raised beds and the foundation and what we use for our framing. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. That's as I put a new video on. Also follow me on Twitter. I have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.